Greetings. This is Doc Ock coming at you live and direct from Black Facts Headquarters Central this evening with another installment of Doc Ock at noon and 9. Yes, we're black tonight and we're going to do it right because we're not going to be feeling real uptight and we don't want to leave you that way as well. To start off, excuse me, you know what we need to do. First and foremost, give us a like. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. And then go ahead and spread the word far and wide because word of mouth is still, as always, the best advertisement. So let's have at it. Proverb for tonight is, in the midst of thorns, amid gnarled branches, Io seeds are still soft. In the midst of thorns, amid gnarled branches, Io seeds are still soft. Obviously, that must be a Yoruba proverb, and it is. I cannot say it in Yoruba. I don't know how to translate that or how to interpret those words there, but I see them there. So there you have it. I'll let you deal with the interpretation part, and we're going to move on to the reading part of our book tonight, which tonight we're going to be reading from one of our Golden Legacy books. And this one is about the life of Benjamin Banneker, a multi-genius African man born in America with roots going back in many directions, including to Europe as well as to Africa. As with most of us, if not all, because who doesn't have roots going back in these many different directions here? You know, we're some mixed up peoples over here. But one thing he wasn't mixed up about, and that's science. He had a good handle on science. He had the science on timeliness. Man built the first wooden clock in the Americas. And if you've never seen a wooden clock, then you don't know Benjamin Banneker. So tonight, we're going to show you some images of a wooden clock. We don't know that it's the one that he actually built, but it would be one that would be like the one that he built if it's not the very same one, because there was a house fire. House fires hurt. All right, so let's go ahead and get jiggy with it. Time to get on with the getting on. We've got our slideshow here. Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, and we're ready to go with the life of Benjamin Banneker, which, by the way, that Banneker is actually a name that comes out of one of the Akan languages. I'm not sure which one, but it does relate back to the Akan languages. So let's see what we've got for a story tonight. And I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read just a little bit better. Just a little bit. There we go. The story that unfolds on the following pages tells us of just a few of the great accomplishments of the man we know today as Benjamin Banneker. The year was 1743. 12-year-old Benjamin is out in the field cutting ripe tobacco leaves in Virginia on his family's, in Maryland on his family's farm. And a white man, rides up on a white horse and says to him, "Greetings, lad. You have a good crop. How can this be when we've had no rain?" Like he stole that tobacco and planted it out there in his yard. "Well, sir, we direct the water from our streams through ditches and locks to flood our fields, just like my grandfather did in Africa." Don't worry, it'll rain soon. I know all the signs. My name is Peter Heinrich. My name is Benjamin Banneker, and this is my family's farm. You have the finest tobacco in all of this whole area of Elk Ridge. Can I buy some slips for planting? Well, you're gonna have to talk to my dad about that. That's not my department. After Robert Banneker sold the man the slips, Banneker, you have a really bright and very intelligent young man for a son. Why don't you send him to my school and I'll teach him how to read? And that's where it all began. Oh, he can read, but he hungers for more learning. I'll send him to you, all right. Fine, I'll be expecting him. Benjamin learned quickly. He remembered everything he read. Apparently, he had what we call a photographic memory. He could look at something one time and remember exactly what he saw. While the other children played, Benjamin studied. He became such a whiz at math that local farmers came to him for help. From whence cometh their help? Ben worked hard on the family farm, and by 1750, it was time for him to take it to the next level. And his father says to him, Ben, you're almost 20 years old. It's time you took on the business end of farming. All right, Dad, let me take some of the crops into Baltimore. Whoa, hold up, dude. You're going a little bit too fast for me. His mother says to him, with those slavers stalking the river area, you could be captured and sold into slavery. Don't worry, Dad. I'll carry my free papers. I don't know. They may not buy from you. But Dad, our tobacco is the best. If the inspectors buy any tobacco, it has to be ours. The next day, Benjamin has the wagon all loaded up and he's ready to go. And his dad says to him, remember everything I told you, son, as Mom and Dad waved goodbye to Benjamin. So the way this works is it's like with oranges today. We buy sun-kissed oranges at the store. Well, there's no company named Sun-Kissed. There's no Sun-Kissed plantation. What the farmers do, they grow the oranges, sell them to the co-op. And the cooperative is named Sun-Kissed. And then Sun-Kissed sells the oranges to different stores, and they put a brand name on them because they've been inspected by their co-op. And so they put the brand name Sun-Kissed on them. Same thing they were doing here with tobacco. So he takes the tobacco to the warehouse in Baltimore. And the people are there and they're mad. Some of the farmers are upset. They're saying, you're practically stealing our tobacco. And the man at the co-op says, well, the king says we can. So, hey, what can I say? Maybe you need to take it to the king. All you need to do is get on a boat and go to England. Argue with him. What tobacco we don't approve for sale, we can burn. You approve the big landowners' tobacco quick enough, but we small planters suffer. Benjamin walks in. Well, what have we here? You doing business for your master, boy? Me? I'm a free man. Oh, so you're a free man. Let me see your papers, boy. Show me the paper. He's a free man, all right, from my town with the best tobacco in Elk Ridge. That's right. They grow the best tobacco in the whole area. Here, take this for your tobacco. And he throws some petty cash on the floor. My tobacco's worth 20 times this amount. You can't. Better hush, Ben. Next thing you know, Benjamin is getting thrown out of the tobacco co-op on his rear end. I'll show you what I can do. Toss him right on up out of here, and they toss him out of there. And then after they toss him out, what do? Since they're not going to buy his tobacco, they burn it. They set fire to his tobacco. It's hard to bear, but they're unfair to others as well. It's not just you, Ben. This is just like another day at the tobacco co-op. My name is William Qualls. I'm a merchant. Come with me and share your troubles. I'm Benjamin Banneker from Elk Ridge. At Qualls' home, Mr. Banneker, meet Joseph Levi, also a merchant. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Levi. I share your misery over unfairness and bondage. My people were slaves too. I am not a slave, but slave or free, men have no right to steal our labors. In time, dear Benjamin, in time. Ben notices Joseph Levi's watch. Excuse me, sir. Is that a timepiece? Yes, a watch. I've never seen a watch or a clock, though I've helped build a sundial for our school. Could you explain to me how it works? Well, I could if I knew. I'll do better than that. I'll let you borrow the watch. Then you can study its movements. That is, of course, if you can figure out how to even get it to open. Back home, the episode with the crops is soon replaced in Ben's mind by the watch. Later that evening, hello, Mr. Heinrich. Ben, come in. Ben tells Peter Heinrich of his interest in the watch. The key is in how the watch moves. If I could discover how this force works, I could make other things move in the same way. You could make a clock that chimes the hour, and we wouldn't have to import them anymore. Yes, surely there are rules, formulae. I don't have such knowledge, but here's an almanac, a book on geometry, and another by Sir Isaac Newton. Maybe you can use them. Now, Ben takes these books home, and he begins to study. He begins to study hard to figure out what he doesn't already know how to do. He refers to a book. Ben worked hard, reading everything, measuring, taking the watch apart carefully and sketching its parts, enlarging them and carving every piece but the sounding device out of wood, until he built his own clock that chimed. You're a genius, dear Ben, truly a genius, absolute genius, for someone who's never even seen a watch or a clock before. My goodness. Oh, what did they call him again? That's right. They called him a genius. And that's the name of our segment, Black Genius. Exactly. Now, soon after this, since Ben built the clock, people have come from all over Philadelphia and New York to Baltimore to see this clock. That's the first wooden clock ever made in colonial America. Probably the first clock ever built by an American. So Ben truly was showing off. Now, Ben was not only the local mathematician, but also the star mechanic on a plantation visit to fix and import a clock. He noticed a young lady riding a horse. There's Enola sneaking a ride on the master's horse again. Why, she's the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. On his many visits, they fell in love. Enola, will you be my wife? You forget I'm a slave, Ben. I'm somebody's property. Ben visits Enola's master. Sir, I've come to buy one of your slaves to be my wife. But My slaves aren't for sale, and certainly not to the likes of you. Get out of here. He throws Ben out summarily without even really considering his offer. So Ben formed a plan to free Enola. Enola, I'll come for you tonight. Be ready. That night, the master set out the dogs. Run, Ben, run. It's a trap. Bang! Ooh, my poor Enola, how cruelly you've been given your freedom. Ben mourns the loss of the love of his life. After seeing Enola killed, Ben runs into the river to escape from her master and his dogs. Now, you know, after this, Ben had to be heartbroken, and it was years before he got over Enola. But finally, as the years went by, he led a secluded life, teaching himself Latin, advanced mathematics, astronomy, algebra, calculus. After the death of his father, he took over the management of the farm, raising bees, cows, horses, cultivating fruit orchards. In 1772, the highly educated Ellicott family led a group of settlers to Baltimore. With our farming methods, I hope we can restore the vital elements to the soil the tobacco crops have taken from it. One day, the Ellicotts, what can I do for you? We heard that you know quite a bit about gears and mechanics, and we're having trouble building our mill. Will you help us? Why, yes, if I can. Ben helped with the mill and built a new forge for the settlers. Because when you needed help with a problem like that, who are you going to go to? Just like Ghostbusters, who you going to go to? Ghostbusters. In this case, you go to Benjamin Banneker, problem buster. And that's all for our story for tonight. Now we'll be back tomorrow at noon as always, and of course we'll continue the story of Benjamin Banneker tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. Be here or be in fear, but you really should be here so that you can cheer the life of this black man who lived as a free man in the land of the slaves without fear of retribution or any of the consequences. He had to go ahead and live his life the way he felt best. And that we call self-determination or Kujichagulia. But that's another story. We'll get to that later. Meanwhile, we're going to say peace out without a doubt. You know what y'all need to do? Of course, all you little children out there need to lay your little head on your little pillow, on your little bed, and close those your eyes while you wait on that sun to rise. And when you feel those sunbeams beaming down on your eyes, you know what to do. Don't feel really blue. Just open up your eyes and greet the new dawn of the new day. Greet the dawn of the new day. And meet it in a whole nother way. Grab it by the heels and shake it real good like you own it, because you do. And as for you adults, the thing we like you to do is go ahead, give us a like if you're watching on Facebook, give us a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube, and last but not least, go ahead and subscribe to the Tubular Black Facts channel right here on YouTube. Do it right now. It's totally painless and won't cost you a dime if you hear this rhyme. Meanwhile, like I said, we'll be black tomorrow. Look for us. We're in the wind. Peace out without a doubt, with justice, of course, because anything else disgusts us. You got to have some justice along with your peace.